Okay, so for this chapter, the most important thing that you have to know is this trigonometric. The word trigo itself means triangle. So we can know that in this topic, the triangle is very important. So I'm going to draw a simple right angle triangle. It must be a right angle triangle in this topic. So you need to know the basic, which is this angle. Alright, the line is opposite of the angle of the right angle triangle is, we call it as hypotenuse. The line next to the angle is adjacent, and the line opposite of the angle is opposite lah. Okay, moving on, the three things that you need to know is sine, cosine, and tangent. These three things are these. So these are the acronym that you can use to memorize. So the acronym is so ka toa. Okay, what is so? So the S is for sine. The O is opposite over H is the hypotenuse. The C is the cos. Is A is adjacent. Over H is the hypotenuse. And the last but not least, T is for tangent. Is O is opposite over adjacent. Okay, the first one is cotangent, which is cot theta. Second one is secant, which is sec theta. And the third one is cosecant, which is cosec theta. Okay, how to memorize these three? Okay, these three things, how to memorize? Okay, for cotangent, okay, you see, cot, C-O-T. You look at the third alphabet, it's T, right? So from here we know that cotangent is 1 over tangent theta. Look at this, another example, secant theta. This is the trick that I personally use to memorize. Okay, look at the third alphabet, C. C, this triangle, we know that the C is cos. So secant theta is 1 over cos theta. Last but not least, cosecant theta is, look at the third alphabet, which is S. So cosecant theta is 1 over sine theta. These three also you have to memorize to enable you to know how to solve any proving questions. Right, moving on to the next one, you have to know the trigonometric ratios of angles between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So for this one, I will have to draw a diagram for you to make you understand. When you measure the angle will normally rotate from this line. From here, will rotate like this. Right? So clearly you know that this part will be 0 degrees because it start rotate from here, 0 degrees. Okay, this part will be 0 degrees. Then the rotate here will be 90 degrees. Rotate 180 degrees. Rotate 270 degrees. And when it rotates back to its origin, which is 360 degrees. Right? Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, add sugar to coffee. Okay, what is add? First letter only. I need the first letter only, so that this acronym is I used to memorize. Okay, right? At this section, all the trigonometric functions are positive. No matter it's a sine, tangent, or cosine, all three are positive. For this part, S, only the sine is positive, whereas the cosine and tangent both will be negative here in this section. Here T, which means in this portion only tangent is positive, whereas cosine and sine are both negative. And as well as for this one, C, coffee, only cosine positive, whereas tangent and sine are negative. Alright, we will now try solving this question, which will apply what I have explained just now. Okay, what did the question give you? The question gave you sine theta is equals to P. So when you see this kind of question, immediately write down that three acronym, which will help you to solve question easily. What are the three acronyms? This one, so ka tua. You have, that's why I say these three you have to memorize. So you quickly write down so ka tua. Okay, so the question says sine theta is P, right? So opposite over hypotenuse. So you know that sine theta is, since it's P, so it's P over 1. So you know that the opposite is P, hypotenuse is 1. The question also says theta is an acute angle. What does acute angle means? Acute angle is triangle with angle less than 90 degrees. So you know that you can sketch the triangle already. The triangle is like this. Confirm like this. Why? Because the question says the theta is an acute angle which is less than 90 degrees. So this is the theta. Sine theta opposite is P over hypotenuse is 1. Alright, so for this one, you have two sides, so you want to find another side. That's why you solve by using Pythagoras theorem. I hope you know the formula, which is a square plus b square, which is equals to c square. This is a, this is b, this is c. So this one is unknown, right? We don't know. So x square plus p square plus 1 square, equals to 1 square. So you want to find the x square. X square equals to 1 square minus p square. So the x, we square root both sides, so the x is square root of 1 minus p square. So from here you can easily solve the question which is asking about the first part A, asked to find cos theta. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is square root 1 minus p square over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 1, so this is the answer. Okay, and the second question they ask you to find tangent negative theta. Okay, when you have negative theta, what you do is you take out the negative. Don't confuse yourself, okay? You bring out the negative. It's the same thing. So you becomes negative tangent theta. So you still copy down the negative. What is tangent? Opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Square root of 1 minus p square. So cannot be simplified anymore, so this is the final answer. It's very simple example. So the first thing you have to do is you have to find the alpha angle, the basic angle. So what you have to do is, okay, as you know, first apply the concept first. In the 4 quadrants, which quadrant does sine is positive? Remember, add sugar to coffee. So for sine is positive is quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So you know that the triangle will be in these two quadrants. And this basic angle will be alpha. So to find the basic angle, you will have to use a basic scientific calculator. So what you have to do is you shift sine 0.5 and you will get 30 degrees. So the alpha is 30 degrees. So to find this angle, how do you find this angle? So to find this angle, remember this line is very important. So the line, you have to find the first angle will be from this line to this. This will be the first angle, theta 1. The second angle is also starting from this line up to this line, which is theta 2. So the theta for this one is, you know already, is 50 degrees. Sorry, it's 30 degrees. So the theta 1 is 30 degrees. The second one will be 180. How do you get this angle? 180 minus 30 degrees, the alpha angle. Okay, so 180 minus 30 degrees, you will get 150 degrees. So final answer, the theta will be 30 degrees and 150 degrees. Okay, now second example. This one is a little bit hard, but not that hard. Okay, cos x is equals to negative 0.6428. Right, so again, which quadrant, add sugar to coffee, which quadrant cos is negative? This one cos is positive, so it will be at these two quadrant. Okay, so you know that the triangle will be in this way. This will be the basic angle. So how do you find this? Find the basic angle first. So how do you find basic angle? Again, in calculator. But this is a very important that you should, a very important thing that you should take note. Okay, take note. Why? Okay, when you have a cos x is equals to negative 0.6428, when you have negative in your calculator, when you want to find the alpha, the basic angle, you should not input the negative value, right? Because you will get the wrong answer. Ignore the negative value, input only the positive value, which means you shift cos 0.6428 and you should get 49.99. We round off, you will get 50 degrees. Therefore, alpha, the basic angle, is 50 degrees. So to find this theta, the angle, again from this line, okay, so the first theta is from this line up to here. This is theta 1. The second one is from this line as well up to here. This is theta 2. So how to find theta 1? Theta 1 is 180 minus alpha, which is 180 minus 50 degrees, and you will get 130 degrees. Second theta, to find this angle, again you don't have to. How do you do this? This is a straight line, 180 degrees plus the basic angle. So the theta 2 is 180 degrees plus 50 degrees, and you will get 230 degrees. Therefore, the theta is 130 degrees and 230 degrees. This is the final answer. Alright, okay, so for this example, this is a SPM question, past year question. I'm going to take this past year question as example because it has proving question and it has a solving equation question, right? So the question is, okay, done, copy down the question. This is a past year SPM question in the year 2013. I want to use this question because it applies the basic identities and then the formula, and it applies the formula where you have to solve the equation. Okay, now we will do part A first. This is the solution. Okay, copy back the question. See what the question gives you. The question gives you tangent x sine 2x is equals to 1 minus cos 2x. So you have to prove that the left hand side is equals to the right hand side. Okay, So in proving questions, normally what you have to do is you have to make a wise decision. You have to make a good start. To make a good start, you will have to determine which side should you solve. Alright, look at this. We look at left hand side first. Left hand side we have tangent x. Can we simplify tangent x? Yes, you can simplify tangent x is equals to sine x over cos x. You can as well simplify sine 2x equals to 2 sine x cos x based on the double angle formula. Okay, how about this? Can we simplify this? 1 minus cos 2x. Cos 2x we can simplify as well, right? There's also double angle formula on cos 2x. Okay, so what do you think? This is where the students find it hard to identify which side should I start first. Okay, here's the tips. If you see you can solve more than 2 things, that is the side that you should start. Like here you can solve tangent x and you can solve sine, you can not solve, you can simplify tangent x and you can simplify sine 2x. For this, for the right hand side, you can only simplify cos 2x, but you cannot simplify 1. So we will, the left hand side has two things that you can be simplified. So we will take the left hand side. So left hand side is equals to tangent x sine 2x. So we'll simplify tangent x is sine x over cos x. Okay, so you should know tangent x is sine over x. How do I memorize this? This is my personal way to memorize. I have a teacher last time with the name of Tan Xiao Chui. Alright, I give you Tan Xiao Chui. So to memorize, how I memorize tangent theta equals to sine theta over cos theta using her name. Okay, then Tan Xiao Chui. So Tan equals to S Xiao sine over Chui cos. This is how I memorize, but you can use your own ways to memorize, but this is my ways. If you want to use, so can. Alright, so moving on. Sine 2x, you simplify. Sine 2x is 2 sine x cos x. Right. So what do you do next? You have same terms, so you cancel off. So next you will get, cannot be simplified anymore, so you have sine x, so 2 sine square x. Alright, cos 2x, cos for cos 2 theta, when you do this double angle, cos only cos has 3 double angle formula. So what are those 3? The one that I have listed earlier: cos square x minus sine square x, 2 cos square x minus 1, and 1 minus 2 sine square x. Okay, so what are the identical to this one? You can see it's this one, right? So how do you simplify this? So 2 sine square x is, yes, you move to the back, so you will get 1 minus cos 2x. You've done proving this question. You got the right hand side, right, which is equals to right hand side. Therefore, proven. Alright, that's why I say you have to know which formula you should apply, which side you should start first. A great start makes a great result. Okay, right, let's move on to the next question where you have to solve the equation. Alright, given tangent x sine 2x is equals to 1 over 4. Okay, so now we already know that tangent sine 2x is equals to 1 minus cos 2x. So we use this one, because if we doesn't use that one, we are not going to be able to solve this one. Okay, we are not going to be able to solve. If this question doesn't have this proving part, you will have to prove also, because you need to solve this one to enable you to find this, to solve this equation. So we use the right hand side one, which is 1 minus cos 2x is equals to 1 over 4. Alright, next what we do is, okay, we solve, so we get cos 2x is equals to, you move the 1 minus 1 over 4, 3 over 4. Okay, you can see this 2x here. It's not like the previous example where you have just, this is double angle. So, okay, don't worry. What we do here is we find the basic angle first, which is the alpha. So 41.41 degrees. Okay, what does 2x mean? Double angle, which means in this circle, in this it rotates 2 times, right? It rotates 2 times. Okay, first we identify the angle first. Cos positive, add sugar to coffee, these 2 parts. So we know that this part is the alpha. Okay, so what does 2x means? That means you have to find 4 angles. There are 4 angles that you need to find. First angle, this one, theta 1. Second angle is this one, theta 2. Theta 3 is from here up to here. This is theta 3. The last one is 2 rounds, which means from here again 1 more round. Sorry, it's a bit messy. Just want to show you what does it mean by 2x up to here. So this is theta 4. Okay, 2 rounds. 2x means 2 rounds. If 3x means 3 rounds. Okay, so 2 rounds. Okay, let's find the angle first. Okay, now let me write down here. Okay, so you know the first theta 1 we already know. Theta 1 is 41.41 degrees. Okay, second one is this one, right? This one from here up to here, this one. So how to find this one? Whole circle 360 minus this angle. So theta 2 is 360 degrees minus 41.41 degrees, which is 318.59 degrees. Theta 3 is this one, which is from here up to here, another from 1 round, which is 360 degrees plus alpha. So 360 degrees plus 41.41 degrees is 401.41 degrees. And last one, theta 4. Theta 4 is from here 360 degrees plus, what is this angle? Remember we found this angle, right? Which is theta 2, which is 360 degrees plus 318.59, 678.59 degrees. So you found all the 4 angles. Now look at the question. The question asks you to find x between 0 to 360 degrees. But how come until 600 degrees? Okay, why? The question is cos 2x. So this is, let me change all this. This one is just now I want to let you understand. Actually all these are 2x, 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 2x. Okay, so to find, okay, so you list down first. 2x is equals to 41.41 degrees, 318.59 degrees, 401.41 degrees, and 678.59 degrees. So to find the x, you divide everything by 2, which is 20.71 degrees, 159.30 degrees, 200.71 degrees, and 339.30 degrees. So this is the final answer. You found the, solve the equation, you found the angle. You can check it's between 0 and 360 degrees. So here is the final answer, right? Right, so that's more or less which finishes the topic for chapter 5 of Form 5, trigonometric functions. So following up, I'm going to present a few questions where you can try solving the question. My example that I show are just simple example. Okay, so I hope this video will help you and you will be able to solve the question that I've displayed.